A second example under equations in irrational sorts form is solve the equation x plus 2 equals square root of minus 2x minus 4. Let's write it out. X plus 2 equals square root of minus 2x minus 4. Now looking at this, the best way to solve it is to get rid of this square root. And since we can't find the square root of the algebraic expression under the square root, we square both sides. So we square this and this. So you have x plus 2 square equals, here the square cancels the square root. That's why we squared both sides. So you have minus 2x minus 4 left. Next we expand x plus 2 square. Now it's very easy if you understand a plus b square is a square plus 2ab plus b square. Now if you understand that this is a formula that you can use in solving a question like this, and this helps you to speed up your solving process, where a here is the same thing as x here and b here is the same thing as 2 here. You can also expand the normal way where you have x plus 2, x plus 2. It's your choice, but it is easier if you can apply this formula where you have x squared plus 2 times x times 2, that's 2ab. Here it's 2x2. X is your a and 2 is your b, so you have it in this form, plus 2 square, which is your b, equals minus 2x minus 4. Next you have x squared plus, you multiply 2 times x times 2, you can multiply the numbers first. 2 times 2, 4 times x, that's 4x plus 2 square, that's 2 times 2, that's 4. The square means you multiply by itself. I've seen students in a situation where they have 3 square and they went to say 3 times 2, 6. It's wrong. 3 square is 3 times 3, that's 9. So you should be careful not making that mistake. Equals minus 2x minus 4. You know, at this point we're getting a quadratic equation, and the step so far is very easy. All you have to do is just to eliminate the square root, then solve down to this point where you have a quadratic equation. And for you to make it proper, you move both the minus 2x and the minus 4 from the right hand side to the left hand side. Collect like terms, then solve down. So you have x squared plus 4x. Now if minus 2x crosses the equals to sign, it turns to plus 2x. That's just an easy way of doing it. The actual thing that you're doing is you're adding plus 2x to both sides. So you have plus 2x, then you take this plus 4, then remember you still have a minus 4 outside on the other side. It crosses and becomes plus 4, or you say you add 4 to both sides. You now have plus 4 equals 0. You'll be left with nothing on this side after moving this minus 2x and minus 4 to the other side. Now you have x squared, you add the like terms. You know, the fact that you have x here and x here doesn't mean that they are like terms. This x is squared, it's carrying the power of 2, while this is carrying the power of 1, so they are not like terms, though they both have x's in them. But 4x plus 2x are like terms, so 4x plus 2x is plus 6x. Then you have plus 4 plus 4. 4 plus 4 is 8 plus 8 equals 0. Now you factorize. Provided the quotient of x squared here is 1, you would concentrate on this 8, which is the constant without x. That's why it's a constant. Look for two numbers that you multiply to give you plus 8, yet when you add them it gives you 6. Ignore the x that is with the 6. All you need to do now is concentrate on the 6. Although in school they will tell you to multiply this x squared times this 8, then you find two numbers that you multiply to give you 8x squared, yet when you add them they give you plus 6x. To avoid the complexity, we had to just do it this way, the easy method. Concentrate on the 8, which is constant, provided the coefficient of x squared is 1. If it were to be 2 or any other value, you have to multiply the coefficient of x squared first by 8 before you solve down. And since the coefficient of x squared here is 1, you can just multiply 1 times 8, it still gives you 8. So you have 8 here, then you solve down. To save our time, the two numbers that we multiply to give us 8, yet when we add the two numbers it gives us plus 6, which is the coefficient of x, is 2 times 4. So 2 times 4 is 8, then when you add 2 plus 4 you get 6. All you've done so far is you've changed this 6x to 2x and 4x, and this 8 was instrumental to doing that. So you have x squared plus 2x plus 4x plus 8 equals 0. So we've broken it down into these. You group them in twos, this first two, then this second two. Note, a number owns the positive and the negative sign in front of it. So you can say this 4x owns this positive sign in front of it. So you put it in bracket with the positive sign. Next, we look for what is common in x squared and 2x. You know, there are two x's here, but there's one x here. So you pick the one x that is common in both of them. Pick x, you open bracket. So we have x squared divided by x. X squared is x times x. Then you divide by x over x. This x will cancel one x. You'll be left with the second x, which is x plus 2x divided by x, or x in 2x. Let's say you have 2x divided by x. The x will cancel. You'll be left with 2. So you have 2 here. You close your bracket. There's 4 here, and there's also 4 in 8. That's 4 times 2 is 8. So you bring out plus 4. Plus 4 is common. You have 4x divided by 4. The 4 will cancel this 4. You'll be left with x. Plus 4 in 8, or 8 divided by 4 is 2. You have 2 here. You close your bracket, equals 0. Now, if you know you're on the right path, what is in the bracket here will be exactly the same as what is in the bracket here. So you pick one of them. You have x plus 2 in one bracket. Open a second bracket. You join this external x and this external plus 4. You have x plus 4 in the second bracket equals 0. So we equate both of them to 0. You have x plus 2 equals 0, or x plus 4 equals 0. You have x equals, you can say subtract 2 from both sides. The result is same as saying plus 2 crosses the equal sign and turns to minus 2. Or x equals plus 4 crosses the equal sign and turns to minus 4. So the two values for our x are minus 2 or minus 4. We now have to test if they both satisfy the initial equation. And if any of them doesn't, that's an extraneous value which doesn't solve the question. So we have to do a test to see if the two values for x, which is minus 2 and minus 4, will balance on both sides. That's on the right hand side and on the left hand side. Let's write out the initial equation, which is x plus 2 equals square root of minus 2x minus 4. We know our two values for x are minus 2 and minus 4. Let's start with minus 2 first. X is minus 2. We'll insert it into the initial equation. So let's say you have x plus 2 equals square root of minus 2x minus 4. We change the value of x to minus 2, so you have minus 2 plus 2. We change x here to minus 2. Then you have square root of minus 2. You know this minus 2 is linked to this x by times. So times, and you know the value of our x is minus 2. Then you have minus 4. You changed x to minus 2, then you have minus 4, which is behind here. Minus 2 plus 2, you are owing 2, you have 2. If you pay back, at the end of paying what you owe, you have 0. So this is 0 equals, you want to see if the answer on the left hand side or the value on the left hand side is the same as the one on the right hand side. So you have square root of minus 2 times minus 2. Minus times minus is positive. Then you can choose to write it or leave it empty. 2 times 2 is 4. Then you still have this minus 4 at the back. You have 0 equals square root of plus 4 minus 4. 4 minus 4 is 0. 0 equals square root of 0 is 0. We can now see that the result on the left hand side is same as the result on the right hand side. That means the value minus 2 works perfectly well for the equation. Let's try minus 4. X equals minus 4. We're inserting it into the initial equation, where you have x plus 2 equals square root of minus 2x minus 4. X is minus 4, so you have minus 4 plus 2. We've changed x from its algebraic value or the letter form to an actual numeric value, which is minus 4 plus 2 equals square root of minus 2. You know this x is linked to this minus 2 by times. You have to be very careful because you're working with negative 4. And you know x is minus 4, so you have times minus 4 minus 4. On the left hand side, you have minus 4 plus 2. You're owing 4, you have 2. You still be owing to that. Your answer is minus 2 equals. On the other side, you have square root of minus 2 times minus 4. You have to be very careful here. You have to work with board math. You have to multiply first before you subtract. So you have square root of minus 2 minus 4, you start with the signs. Minus times minus is positive, so you have positive. You can choose to write it or leave it hidden. Since it's positive, then you have 2 times 4, that's 8. You still have your minus 4. You have minus 2 equals square root of 8 minus 4 is 4. Minus 2 equals square root of 4. People say it's 2, but in actual sense it's plus or minus 2, because 4 under square root is 2 times 2, you pick one of them, or minus 2 times minus 2. Minus 2 times minus 2 will also give you 4, so you can also take this minus 2. That's why you always see square root of 4 is plus or minus 2. Let's say we take this to be minus 2 equals plus 2, or minus 2 equals minus 2. That means we've broken this plus or minus 2 into plus 2 and minus 2. If we were to take plus 2, you have minus 2 on the left and plus 2 on the right. They are not the same thing, which means minus 4, which was the value of x we used to solve this question, is extraneous based on plus 2, because what is on the left is not the same as what is on the right. Minus 4 would therefore be extraneous if we take plus 2. But if we are to take minus 2 as our answer to the square root of 4, that means the value of x, which is minus 4, satisfies the equation. That means for this value, our answer is correct, because what is on the left hand side is same as what is on the right hand side. In summary, what we've done so far is to get this square root off by squaring both sides, expand, then collect like terms, solve the quadratic equation, get the values for our x, then insert both values into the equation and see if what is on the left is the same as what is on the right. Then you know the value or the values satisfies or satisfy the equation. And if any of them doesn't, that's an extraneous value which doesn't solve the question.